So we ended on gold and aliens in terms of fuel, I would say. And
Yeah.
there's theories that actually, like some of the earlier humans or species that roamed the earth actually came here, or actually, well, not the species on Earth, but the beings that came to Earth came here because their home planet was under attack, or there was something going on to where they needed fuel, and that form of fuel, and it's a very conductive material, was actually gold.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of curious because gold itself has been a form of currency, or a reserve of currency, or backed reserve of currency for a very long time, even today, where it's just like you can actually buy stock in gold right now.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, where is the gold? Like, it's almost like when you talk about like Bitcoin, where it's like digital gold or whatever, like
Mm-hmm.
it's not something that you can actually tangibly see.
Mm-hmm.
It is a finite asset that is constantly getting smaller and smaller and smaller in terms of quantity over time. But like, is it the same with gold? Like,
100%. The gold reserves in the United States, it hasn't been audited since the 70s. I think 1972 was the last time there's been an audit there. So that leads people that there are conspiracies that we have no gold. But like you had said, it's something that people have theorized over years that aliens used and needed. And scientists have said that a lot of gold and other minerals and precious metals found on Earth have come from asteroids crashing into the planet.
mm-hmm.
So, what if, and there's a big what if, guys, what if gold came here in asteroids in abundance from another planet for whatever reason? And that's what they say the ancient aliens came here for, was to mine that gold because it came from their planet. I don't know how it would end up in asteroids and get here. Did their planet explode like Krypton and Superman, and kryptonite went all over the universe? Or were they launched here as to save it from whoever was attacking their planet? And they said, we'll just get it later. But it's been shown by scientists that it came here from in a lot of asteroids. That and several other precious metals. So then we found it, and because it's rare, did we know that it was from aliens? That's a whole other discussion. And we decided to put it in bars and put our hundreds and hundreds of tons of gold into Fort Knox. And then we haven't checked it since 1972. Since the 70s. Hasn't been audited. So, is it there? Is there really anything backing the dollar? Just like Bitcoin. There's nothing backing Bitcoin.
No.
But nobody's seen the vault at Fort Knox since 1972. Is there something backing us? Have we been paying aliens with it? Is that how we have maintained getting technology from them?
Or preventing an invasion?
Or even worse, preventing an invasion. We're paying them off.
Or aliens are like the mob.
Correct.
Where we're paying them for protection. Them,
Yeah.
as in like a certain species of aliens.
We're a mom and pop pizza store in the Bronx.
Yep.
Where the mob's like, hey, we'll stop by every Friday and just, here's your envelope of money.
Yeah.
To keep us safe. We're going to keep people from doing bad things from you, and they break our TV or break our display case. We're paying the aliens, just like the mob, you know? So maybe, is that why we went to Iraq? Were there WMDs, which was proven there wasn't?
Yeah.
I mean, we went there and fucked some shit up.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of gold we found.
There's pictures of it.
Did we need that gold to continue paying off the aliens for the safety of the planet?
Or, well, safety of
or
the
at least
US.
the safety of the United States.
Yeah.
Nah, maybe we're good people. Maybe we're just a great country. We are the big brother to the world.
Well, I mean,
we're
if you
keeping
think
everybody
about it,
safe.
Yeah, I mean,
let's give them that credit. Let's give them the shadow.
So when you think about the Oregon Trail,
yeah,
and I played the game when I was a little kid and all this stuff, whatever. But I mean, we were going out west to do what? To
get gold.
Find gold. You know, it was the gold rush.
Yeah.
I mean, I played the game at Vegas, Gold Rush. You know.
Yeah.
It's important, you know, but it's all to say that it's just like, okay, you know, like, why did we choose gold as a form of currency? Is it because of its even when you find gold, like it's not like polished and like beautiful looking or whatever, and it's almost the same with like diamonds, where it's like diamonds is a stronger, substance and stuff, or like I don't think it's a mineral, but anyway, it's a stronger material. Like, what gave diamonds its value? Is it because of it's in the eye of the beholder, where like it looks beautiful and like not the same as like other rocks and stuff? And like I know we can make synthetic diamonds nowadays, but like, can we make synthetic gold?
I don't think we could make
I don't think
synthetic
so.
gold to pass off as gold.
No.
Because some of these lab created diamonds are pretty fucking good.
Yeah, they are.
You have to
the
be
same properties
you
and
have to be
everything.
like one of these experts.
Mm-hmm.
You and I would not be able to tell the difference between a lab created diamond and one they killed somebody in Africa for.
Yeah,
the old blood diamond. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
No.
Gold, I probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference either. But
no.
If they were able to recreate it, but I don't think there's fake gold, and it's pretty obvious. I've seen fake gold chains, and it's pretty obvious that they're not fake gold, that it's not real gold. So I don't think they can make gold like in a laboratory per se.
Then you
at least not yet.
Then you have gold that you can ingest.
That's true.
Salt Bay and stuff like that, whatever. Like
Goldschlager.
Goldschlager. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Gold flakes and stuff. Like, it just kind of makes you think, like, is there an overabundance of gold? And did the
was
aliens...
it real gold?
Was it real gold? Like, I don't know. Like,
I don't think ingesting gold is smart.
No.
I mean, you don't necessarily drink metals. So maybe they fooled us in our 20s with their Goldschlager shots.
Those were great back in the day.
Yeah. But they were fantastic back then. I'm not going to lie. They were great.
I will say that, if you guys want us to do something like that during the show, we're happy to take Goldschlager shots. I don't even know if they even make Goldschlager anymore, but if they
I've seen it. It's out there. It's out there.
Are you serious?
100%. I've seen it before.
Oh, that is horrible.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do it.
No, isn't it like Fireball? It's a cinnamon whiskey.
Yeah, it's like Fireball. But
good God, who
flakes.
wants?
But Fireball.
I don't know if I can drink that anymore, though.
Fireball's like a whiskey, though.
Yeah, but Fireball it's cinnamon nastiness.
But I don't think
too many blackout nights with.
Oh my God.
With that, but
seriously,
if Goldschlager has that cinnamon taste still, I don't know if I can drink it. We'll find out in the future, guys.
Yeah, but I think it's more of like a cinnamon vodka. I'm just making sure
I don't know
at this point.
I don't know. But see,
oh shit,
this is where we go. We get off topic with doing shots of Goldschlager.
Yeah, next thing you know, we're talking about Megalodon.
Absolutely. If you guys know what we're talking about with Fireball and Goldschlager,
seriously,
leave it in the comments, because I'm sure we've all had some phenomenal experiences with both of those.
Yeah. Well, some more than others, but yes.
But yeah, back to the gold and aliens. So the ancient astronaut theory that I said is one of my favorites. So they talk about them coming to this planet and mining. Because it was labor intensive, they helped speed up our evolution.
Okay.
And pushed us into being what we are today. Granted, we've taken that and run quite a bit, and we've evolved quite a bit since whenever that happened, thousands of years ago. But I still think they've been coming back.
Well,
after that, because the original race that they said that used us died out, and they stopped coming for gold. But
no,
how do they keep? There's other races that keep coming here, alien races that keep coming here, because it's been well documented over thousands of years of aliens coming to this planet.
I honestly think that they fucked up. I think that they made us way too smart, and then they realized, oh shit, we fucked up. But look how hot they are. Let's go fuck them. And then we ended up becoming hybrids, or like making demigods, basically.
Yeah. I mean, look at Greek mythology.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they were talking about. All right, we're going outside the box, guys. So what if the Greek gods were actual aliens? and they came down, and that's how you ended up with Hercules, because Zeus, the head alien, came down and or took up a human woman and impregnated her.
Yeah.
Now you got Hercules. Now you got Achilles.
Yeah.
Was he a god or was he a demigod? I can't remember, but
I don't know.
But I know
All
he had a weak Achilles heel.
Yeah,
That much I know.
So do I. So there's
So
that. I run more than 3 miles, my Achilles hurts.
there you go. That's because of the aliens.
Yes. Fuck
Blame
those
it on them.
aliens.
Fuck them.
But all to say that I think that, there is, when it comes to like higher beings and stuff, like everything is rooted on some sort of truth or something that happened in the past, scriptures, or something that we were able to discover that, and then across like different cultures, that says that, hey, yeah, like this is what happened in the past. And like, I mean, yeah, it could be a relationship between drugs or some sort of thing that makes you hallucinate, and then be able to essentially tell a story. And then, or it could be just a big old telephone game where it's just like, hey, Frank over here told me that he saw aliens coming from the skies from a chariot or whatever, and there was just like a chariot of fire or whatever, and then they wrote it in a book, and then like they're just like, yeah, let's like add some flames to it, and then like let's
every translation add something to it,
a little bit different and stuff, like it's naive to think that after 2,000 years or even 13,000 years that there isn't a different interpretation.
There has to be for a lot of things that are out there, because even today you could have 10 people see the same thing and describe it differently.
Yeah.
So back in the day, when there wasn't video evidence to show you misinterpreted it or you missaw what actually happened, there was a big telephone game going on. So if one guy happened to see an alien land and do whatever, he tells somebody, they tell somebody, they tell somebody, they write it down, then somebody sees it in ancient Sumerian language and they translate it, could be totally fucking different by the time it gets to the English language.
That's true.
I mean, how many languages did ancient texts from 400 BC in Sumerian get translated through? Latin, Spanish, English, Russian.
Yeah.
Shit changes.
Well, there's that, and then there's like the people that just make shit up.
That's true.
Whereas
I mean, you can't say in 2024 the only time people lie.
Yeah.
You can't tell me in 4 BC there wasn't that one guy who lied about everything.
Yeah.
Or even if he wasn't lying, what if he took some type of hallucinogenic and saw something and then told everybody about it, and they were like, dude, this guy's out of his mind, he's a liar. To him it was real. He saw the burning bush.
Yeah.
He saw something happen, and he hallucinated it.
And then he himself chiseled into a rock
the Ten Commandments.
I mean, after starving for 40 days and 40 nights,
Yeah.
But anyway.
I mean, they've shown that when you fast, some people hallucinate.
They do.
So weird shit happens when you fast.
The other thing that I find interesting about certain books that were written is that you omit certain details to advance a specific narrative that you want to advance and stuff. And again, like, it's naive to think that man is completely honest in saying it from a historical context, to be able to say, yeah, like, this is exactly how it happened. Like, I passed it on from generation to generation and didn't alter the text at all to benefit me or my family. Like, come on. Like,
you have to. There's things that are omitted. I mean, if you look at school in 2024, they don't want to talk about the Holocaust. We're not going to talk too much about it, guys. Don't worry. But the Holocaust, they don't want to talk about it because it is such an evil, terrible thing that happened. They don't want to expose kids to that.
Sure.
And I get it. But how many things in the past, when they rewrote it or they were writing something, they're like, you know what? let's not talk about this. Let's not pass this knowledge on to the next generation.
Well, I honestly think
And then we
that
repeat it.
there's certain situations where it's just like there's leaks or purposeful leaks or purposeful injects in the way of thought that is opposed to the way that people typically think on purpose to try and desensitize you to a greater thing that is going to occur in the future, to where when it happens, like, it's that people are not surprised that it's happening and stuff. So I think that from an alien standpoint, with everything that's happened with David Grush and like, all these other people that are coming up and talking about, aliens being a part of like their job and stuff and what they did in the past, I almost think that they're kind of plants, where it's just they're kind of talking about certain things and they're just like, oh, that's not clear by the Pentagon to talk about certain things. And then like they kind of like, and I understand, from a clearance perspective, because I mean, I have a clearance still today, and there's certain things that I still can't talk about. But from that perspective, I find it really weird that they would get to a certain point and be like, I can't talk about that. But then like the Pentagon allows you to talk about certain things that is releasable. It's releasable for a reason.
Yeah, they want to get us ready in case something bigger has to be released.
Or maybe we're in the pathway of something bigger happening.
Yeah, you can't give us all the information at once.
No.
Humans can't handle everything at once.
No,
but if you give it to us in bits and pieces, like TikTok or Instagram Reels,
oh my gosh,
we're okay. We can take 30 to 60 seconds of something.
Yeah.
But we can't take 10 minutes.
No.
Give it to us in pieces.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing. They're giving us, hey, aliens are real. Oh, hey, I saw an alien. I mean, there was that one, I don't know, was he a pilot? That talked about in like 2004, where he said that one...
Tic Tac, my bad.
Tic Tac?
Tic Tac.
Where he said that thing was like at 50,000 feet, and it dropped to 50 feet in like 1 second.
Yeah.
They can't give us all the details of that at once. Yeah, it dropped to 50 feet, took off, did this, blew up some shit. We can't, as humans, we can't handle all that information. Mm-hmm. Because we panic. We go either, some of us go, holy shit, this is amazing, there's aliens, I want to meet them. But there's others that turn into doomsday preppers. So we go extreme. So they're laying it out slowly for us. Unfortunately, they rolled it out during COVID when everybody was distracted. The government was like, I mean, Trump made Space Force right before COVID, and then they released it during COVID. Hey, there's aliens. We were too preoccupied. We're like, yep, fucking aliens, great. My family's dying of COVID. I have no time to worry about fucking aliens. But they told us there was aliens. We're going to release thousands of pages of information on aliens. Granted, we're going to black out a bunch of shit in there. You're not going to get all the information. You're going to get just enough to be like, I was fucking right that there were aliens.
Yeah.
And now all these people are doing podcasts, showing up for interviews, talking about little bits and snippets of what the government says they are allowed to talk about.
Yeah.
There's more to come on the aliens. They're going to give us a bunch of information down the road. But as of today, it's just little bits and snippets to keep us interested in what the governments know about it.
One of the things that I wonder is the term Martian. What are the origins of the term Martian, and why did we skip a couple of planets and say, you know what, Mars, there's a certain species that's out there or whatever, and we're going to call them Martians and stuff like that. Like, it's like...
There's no Plutonians. Plutonians.
No.
Jupiterians.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing like that.
Why Martians, Like, I feel like there's something that we know, and it's rooted in truth, and then it was desensitized over Hollywood. Mm-hmm. Hollywood was used as a way to essentially like conceptualize a story that would relate to kind of like a half truth and be like, that's not really true because it's in the movies, mm-hmm. but like really like there's a piece of it that actually has some sort of truth to it, to where potentially, like if you think about like Roswell around that time, like that's when we started talking about all the, and I could be wrong about this, but we started talking about all the Martians and stuff or whatever. What if we actually interrogated an alien? Which, I mean, there's reports that we actually
In Roswell,
recovered an alien, not only spacecraft but also beings.
yes.
What if we asked them questions and they said, hey, we came from, or we had a base in Mars, and then we came to the Earth because it was another inhabitable or a habitable planet. Like there's different things to think about, but like it's just like it goes back to, and I'm curious to hear what you think about this, is why do we associate, or at least in the past, in the 90s and the early 2000s, why do we refer to aliens as Martians, and then now like it's more like UFOs, and you got all these acronyms.
Well, they have a
for,
whole
like,
new one. You can't. It's not UFOs anymore. It's whatever they. I can't remember what they.
UAPs.
UAVs.
UAPs.
UAPs. Sorry.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes.
Sorry, government.
Unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Yes.
Yes.
So I think Mars in particular, because they've said, based upon samples
Mm-hmm.
that we've got from Mars, that it was once inhabitable. So
Or habitable.
was once habitable. Sorry, not
Yeah.
uninhabitable. Now it's uninhabitable until Elon does his magic and makes it
Sends all the
inhabitable for
nukes.
us.
And
Yeah,
then-
he's going to do his shit up there, and then we're eventually going to move there. Well, maybe not you and I, but the billionaires will live on Mars.
Mm-hmm.
They said it was inhabitable at one point. So how long ago was it inhabitable? What happened that it's not inhabitable? What happened if it was inhabitable? What happened to all the fucking people that were on that planet? Or not people. What happened to all the aliens, Martians that were on that planet? Did they come here? Are they living on our planet? Do we have one in Roswell? And that's how we know that they're on our planet? What do they look like? Are they like some of these outside the box thinkers? Are they the reptiles that wear human skin? So that they fit in with us? I mean, good for them for assimilating to us.
Sure.
Not scaring the shit out of us by looking like an alien. I mean, they showed us in that movie in the 80s with Roddy Piper.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace. But he did that movie, I think it was called They Live, where he put on the Ray-Ban sunglasses and could see aliens. And they were reptiles. I digress. What happened to the life forms that were on Mars? Did they come to our planet? Did they go to another planet? I mean, it's foolish to think that we only know of 9 planets. I hope that's right. 9 planets, a little bit of alcohol. I remember 9 planets going to school. I know Pluto's been in and out, in and out, in and out as a planet. I don't know what it's considered now, but we can't possibly think that we are the only planet that life could live on. Where did the Martians go? Did they come to Earth? Did they go to a sister colony in the next universe, next galaxy? I mean, we're close to them. Why wouldn't they come here? And that's how we ended up with our alien in Roswell. And then we interrogated them, and that's where the term Martians came from.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Yeah, leave it in the comments if you can disprove that that's how we came up with the Martian name.
Yeah.
I'm sure something in Hollywood. Somebody made a movie and decided to call them Martians, and one of those movies in like the fucking 50s or 60s.
Do you remember that movie, Mars Attacks?
Yeah.
That movie scared the fuck out of me.
That was a fantastic movie.
It was a great movie.
Had a lot of top-notch actors in there just doing silly shit. It was fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
we're hoping that Mars doesn't attack.
It's one of those situations where it's just like, it's kind of the Superman situation where Superman's planet was being destroyed by an alien force, and then they launched like the last remaining member of the civilization and all that stuff, and it's just like I almost think that there is a bit of truth to that.
Yeah.
From a hypothetical standpoint, like what would you do in that scenario to further your race?
Yeah, to keep it alive.
To keep it alive,
I mean, there's stories throughout humanity where civilizations were under attack and they did whatever they could to sustain their bloodline.
Yeah.
Whether it's bring us back into the Holocaust, they were doing hiding family members, they were sending family members out of the country to keep them alive because of all the bad shit that was happening. If you're on another planet and you're being attacked by another planet, what are you going to do? If you have one shot, launch your only child into space and hope that it lands on a planet that's inhabitable.
Yeah.
Why not do that? Maybe that's what happened with Mars. Maybe the last Martian was sent here, and then he had to procreate with humans.
There's also theories that we've actually been to Mars. So
True.
Today I was watching a video on a channel, whatever. Like this could be true, could not be true, but like people talk, and it's hard to keep secrets, especially nowadays. Where there's like so many whistleblowers and stuff that have been through certain situations and they want to talk about things in their past and stuff that they don't agree with. And there's a lot more protections nowadays than before, where like before you would just disappear.
Mm-hmm.
They'll either take you away or take you out, and then you would never be heard from again, and there was no digital footprint. Now it's a little harder to actually do that, but still possible. All to say that apparently, and this is all like, some lore and conspiracies and all that stuff or whatever, but the Apollo program went from Apollo 1 to Apollo 17. And then the US government decided, you know what, like we ran out of money and we decided to fund Vietnam. Vietnam ended up costing the equivalent of $1 trillion. And they decided to just cancel the space program in terms of Apollo, that is. For Apollo 18, 19, and 20. There's some theorists that say, or conspiracy theorists and stuff that say...
Alternative thinkers,
okay, all right. That there was an Apollo 18, 19, and 20, and they were specifically chartered to explore the dark side of the moon. And that there was satellite footage, and this is all like actual evidence that NASA, and this is like through hackers, that there's an individual that actually hacked the NASA database that actually was able to find raw footage, doctored footage, and then public footage that actually went out to the public. Like these are things that have actually happened and have been proven to be fact, that NASA is known to doctor footage before it actually reaches the public. Well, in this sense, there has been footage from the dark side of the moon where there's been structures, there's been craft that has been there for a very long time, and there is a theory that 18, 19, and 20, in terms of the Apollo program, were tailored to actually discovering what is actually happening on the dark side of the moon when they found an alien craft that had landing there, like, I don't know, like more than 1 billion years ago. Now, I do understand that there is a lot of false information that's out there, but there's a little bit of truth to that. Because why would they blur out a lot of the information that is coming from the dark side of the moon for us to not realize that there is like some weird stuff going on back there, and then not let us actually see the true footage? Like what is it that's hiding back there?
100%. But that's also... there's probably going to be people listening to this that don't even subscribe to the fact that we've been to the moon.
Sure.
So,
okay.
For you guys that don't believe, just disregard what we talked about. I mean, because there's definitely a lot of evidence that proves that the Apollo mission never went to the moon, and that we've never been to the moon.
Okay.
Primarily because they've admitted that all the technology we use to get to the moon, we haven't been able to recreate. With all the advancements in technology, we haven't been able to recreate that one act. Or did we go there? This is another one. Did we go there and we were told don't ever come back? There's that.
Yeah.
I mean, but there is a lot of stuff that people have put out there. A lot of screenshots, a lot of footage that they show that we really didn't make it to the moon. That nobody's ever been there. There's that option. There's the option we went there, and then for whatever reason we lost all of our technology. We burned it, we destroyed it for whatever reason, and we haven't been back. Or we went there, and whoever lives on the moon was like, you shouldn't be here. Don't ever come back or we'll destroy your planet. Who knows? You guys leave in comments what you believe. I'm interested to see that because I love a good moon landing
Well, there's a lot
theory.
There's a lot of evidence in terms of, well, again, like, it's interesting because when you talk about evidence, it's almost as if, especially nowadays, where it's like you don't know what's real, what's false, and stuff. So, like, even if something was released from NASA and said, this is true, like, what's to say that it's actually true or not, given the fact that it's common knowledge that they doctor film and they actually doctor photographs and stuff.
100%, dude.
Even right now, this is the perfect time for NASA to be like, yeah, there's aliens on the moon. Hey, check this out, whatever. And then people would be like, that ain't true. That's all doctored or whatever. It's not true, whatever. Like, people would actually believe that it's not true versus actually, NASA being like, yeah, this is not undoctored image or whatever. Like, people won't even believe it.
I mean, NASA could release a video tomorrow of Neil Armstrong high-fiving an alien. And people are like, fuck you, it's fake.
Yeah.
You guys doctored every other video.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that would be the definitive proof that we went to the moon. If they put out unedited footage of Neil Armstrong bouncing on the moon, high-fiving an alien, and the alien having a quick conversation like, get the fuck off my property.
Yes.
And we would still be like, fucking liars.
Yeah.
You're making this up. You edited this. Who did this?
Yeah.
Which, did Sam Raimi do this? Which director directed this time? Roman Polanski? Who did it?
Yeah.
100%. Because there's such a genuine distrust of NASA, the government, all this stuff, that people just wouldn't believe it. And that's why when they came out with admitting that there were UFOs and we have information on it, nobody stopped what they were doing. Nobody stopped and was like, holy shit, I was right. Mm-hmm. The government admitted there's aliens, that there's extraterrestrial life. We just kept going on. Threw our mask on. We're like, I hope I don't die today leaving the house. And kept going on with life.
Yeah.
I got to go to the grocery store. Who gives a shit about aliens?
Yeah.
And now here we are in 2024 where groceries are through the roof. Here in the United States anyway. We don't got time to think about aliens.
No.
They don't affect how much my grocery bill or my electric bill are. Who gives a fuck?
Well,
they're not voting in this election. Who cares?
Or are they?
Nor are they.
Yeah. Maybe they're among us. I don't know.
I know. I'd like to know who they're voting for. What side? Independent, yeah.
The independent is the alien.
The independents are like, we're hoping RFK would have stayed in this race. He was a good guy.
Yeah. Well,
they're like, we can't get behind those two other fools.
Oh my gosh, seriously. Well, I mean, this has been another episode of Hypothetically Speaking. Thank you for joining us. Random thoughts, but hey, like, here we are. But thanks for sticking with us, and until the next time.
Yeah, seriously, like, leave some comments. We'd like to know what we did well, not so well.
And other topics that we could talk about.
And what topics, too. Let us know. Like, if there's something you want us to pretend we know about, throw it up there. I mean, we are filled with opinion-based facts here, guys. That's what the basis is.
Exactly.
We read a lot of shit, and then we regurgitate it to you guys. So if there's anything you want us to talk about, we can come up with something. We'll see what we come up with next time, guys.
For sure.
All right.
Signing out.